Once upon a time, teachers knew their work role and did the same work more or less year after year. But then schools became much more complex and faced constant change, so planning for change became more important. It seemed like a good idea to engage in what is called strategic planning, where a school draws up a detailed plan of where it is going and how it is going to get there, like a military strategy where there are goals, objectives, logistics, timelines, and tactics, and these are carefully worked out, agreed to, and implemented. It's all very logical. Strategic planning looked attractive. It's widely practiced, but is now widely criticised, and not just in education. The problems are that it tends to separate planning from action, and planning is usually done by a leadership team, not by the teachers who actually have to put the teaching into practice. And it assumes that these leaders have a clear idea of how to actually improve teaching. Since strategic plans are usually prepared by a small group of enthusiasts, they tend to grow and have numerous goals and targets, and they usually focus on details of methods and means, and not so much on clear, achievable aims. After a lot of experience in school improvement, some schools are working on a quite different approach. They bring planning and doing closer together. They work on short timelines and focus closely on what the students are learning, and teachers are engaged in the whole process. It's sometimes called emergent planning because the plans and the actions emerge from experience and are adapting all the time. It is concentrated on improving teaching practice because that's what has the biggest impact on student learning. Success is largely measured by how well the students are learning. Planning is emergent, meaning that it has short timelines and is quite responsive. Teachers are expected to work in small collaborative teams, and it involves teachers in the whole process: goal setting, observation, experimentation, assessing, and then reviewing. And in the teams, there are critical and supportive conversations between the teachers. Schools practicing emergent planning believe that improving teaching practice is the best way to improve learning, and teachers learn best from other teachers. This is the general process that they follow. Within the school's goals and targets, the team makes its own smaller goals, what learning is to be improved. They measure and observe and document what currently is happening. They explore different teaching practices and get external support. They learn new skills and techniques. They trial and assess the results and document the successes and the failures. And they move on then to fresh short-term targets. So it's a continual rolling process. Emergent planning is less formal than strategic planning, but it is more disciplined and focused. It's a more organic process based on teachers taking a lead in examining their own practices and then working to improve them. It requires a very active role for the leaders to build a school culture that's seriously collaborative and to lead in setting the big goals, supporting the process and ensuring that everyone is involved.